Next up, we got one that's gonna throw people off a little bit, and I'm grabbing a whole stack of games just because I feel like this is a console that is rather unknown in the grand, gaming landscape, so I wanted to just kind of gush about this console a little bit extra, alright? Right now, we're going to be talking about the Wii U a little bit. Now, this isn't my entire Wii U collection, obviously. This is a pitiful stack of games compared to the stack I could grab off the shelf, but I just kind of wanted to run through some of my personal favorites, some highlights, some hidden gems of sorts here on the Wii U, and talk about why I love the system so much. For me, the Wii U was the last Nintendo console. Now, I know that sounds stupid. We have the Nintendo Switch. There goes my water. We have the Nintendo Switch too, and those are both Nintendo consoles. In fact, the Nintendo Switch is one of, if not the most popular Nintendo console, or at least it's very up there. So you may be wondering, what are you saying? This was the last Nintendo console. I mean, this is the last console that felt like Nintendo, you know? Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great games on the Switch, and the Switch itself is great, the Switch 2 is great, but when we're just looking at the console itself, when you boot up the console, it just doesn't have that Nintendo flair, man. You turn on a Nintendo Switch, sure, you hear the little boop, and that's cool, but the menu just feels so sterile. I think the Switch 2 has eShop music again. Maybe that might be a thing. I thought I heard that was a thing. If it's not, that kind of sucks, but if it is a thing, then that's cool, I guess. But like, the Switch had like no eShop music. There was just no personality, man. I just felt like I was playing like a fucking Kindle Fire or something. Excuse my language. But like, again, the games were really cool. We had like Mario Odyssey, freaking Tears of the Kingdom. Like, come on, some of the best games ever made. But the Wii U, man, you turn this console on, you see the Mii's running in, you look at your little, actually, let me just go grab my Wii U gamepad real quick. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Wii U gamepad, we got the Pro Controller. I'm telling y'all, I'm a Wii U lover. Like, I'm not trolling when I say this stuff. I love the Wii U this much. I still sit there playing with the game. Dude, oh my god, I love the thumbsticks on this thing. Just holding this thing makes me feel, it just makes me feel so happy, man. It takes me back to, like, the 2010s when this thing first released, back in, like, 2012. Oh man, I just love holding this thing. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, you see the Mii's running in, you got like all the games popping up on here that you can scroll through, and then, oh my gosh, the Pro Controller, man. I've always loved this controller, just like the design of it. It is just, oh my gosh, dude, it still has a charge. I haven't charged this thing in months, dude. The battery on this thing is insane. And then just taking a moment to gush about, actually, before we gush about some of the games, let's also not forget that the Wii U is fully backwards compatible with the original Wii, and since it's fully backwards compatible with the original Wii, that means it's also backwards compatible with the GameCube. Not natively, but if you mod it, you can actually run GameCube games on there, which is freaking awesome. But also, yeah, man, it's fully backwards compatible with the Wii, so that whole amazing library of games, and you do all your waggle and stuff, you could do that on the Wii U as well. And there's even a bunch of Wii U games, actually most Wii U games also still support the Wii mode and the nunchuck and all that, which is pretty cool, but now let's just go ahead and run through some of my favorite Wii U games, right? Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, one of the best 2D platformers ever made. Adore that game. Super Mario 3D World. Actually, also at the time of recording this is still the most recent Donkey Kong Country game. It's been 11 freaking years. About time I get a new one. Donkey Kong Bonanza coming out soon at the time of recording this, but oh my gosh, took long enough. Anyway, like I know, no, I'm going on about this. I know we had Donkey Kong and other games technically, Smash Ultimate, and he got his own DLC in Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, whatever, but dog, his like own dedicated game. Waited long enough for this. Anyway, Super Mario 3D World, my favorite 3D Mario game. Love this game so much, dude. The theme song with like the saxophones and all the jazzy instruments. Like, I love it so much. And then we got Splatoon, which is, it's just a franchise that speaks for itself. It started on the Wii U, and to me, it is still at home on the Wii U. When you're like running around and you're like aiming with this thing, so you have to kind of like move the gamepad around if you want to shoot stuff or like to kind of aim and stuff. I love this game. I love the story mode in this game. That final boss is so freaking epic. If you've never, because I don't think Splatoon 1 was ever available on Switch. I'm pretty sure it's only like Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 that's available on Switch. But if you've never seen the final boss in this game, I highly recommend going and looking up a video of it. It's so cool. Next up, we got New Super Mario Bros. U. I've always loved this game, and I love the one level. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but the one where you're like jumping on like the spinning stars or whatever, and you can get like the penguin suit. Dude, that level has always just been so aesthetically beautiful in my mind. I've always loved it. Next up, we got Hyrule Warriors, which, did end up getting ported to the Switch, but I mean, it's a Warriors game, but set in the Zelda universe. Oh, it's so freaking gnarly, dude. Oh, and the fact he could play as Ganon in this game was so cool, man. He was so overpowered. Next up, we got Pokken Tournament, which was technically like an arcade game, made its way to the Wii U with a bunch of like DLCs and whatnot. I know it got ported to the Switch, but like, come on, man. Just, the Wii U, man. Like, this is what I'm saying, man. This is just like Nintendo right here, and like, give me a second again. Don't get me wrong, this is all very Nintendo as well, but like, you know what, I'm gonna just, you know, like, this is Nintendo to me, man. Next up, we have some really underrated gems. All right, we got Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE. This was a collaboration between Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei, and this game took forever to get ported to the Switch. By the way, for a while, I was talking about it in videos like a couple years ago. I was like, you know, I didn't even know that this game came to the Switch because it took them so long, and it was such a low-key thing when it finally did. But dude, this game is freaking fantastic. You definitely gotta play through it if you haven't before. Next up, we got Zombie U, which is one of those games where I was like, all right, you know, we're going all in. We got like a mature rated game here on the Wii U, and this one's actually pretty cool because like any time that you want to move stuff around in your backpack, you have to look away from the TV and sort of do it on the gamepad, sort of like you're managing stuff, looking down in your bag, but you also have to keep looking up to the screen to make sure there's no zombies coming. It's really cool. I've always loved that game. It's like a survival horror-ish exploration, you know, looting, killing zombies, playing through the story, and every time you die, you like wake up as another survivor. Really cool concept, really fun game, honestly. And then finally, we got Lego City Undercover, which is essentially like, okay, what if Grand Theft Auto was kid-friendly and you were playing as, like, Lego dudes? You know what I mean? You can still drive around, do all this. They had a version of this game for the 3DS, but it was a lot different. The world wasn't as lively, not as many NPCs or whatever, but, you know, I know the Wii U version has some crazy loading times, but I feel like this is still the definitive version of this game because the PS4, Xbox One, Switch versions of this game, they, like, changed the color palette and the art style a bit, and it just feels a bit more like, I don't know, it just doesn't have that warm hue that this game has. Like, when you look at this game, you can see, like, that warm yellowish hue that the other versions of the game just don't have. And while that may sound like a small thing, like, I don't know, I'm just one of those people where, like, color palettes and art style is really important to me, or at least, like, retaining the original vision of it. That's why I still prefer the Xbox 360 and PS3 versions of GTA 5, just because they still feel like how they were supposed to be seen, how they were supposed to look, you know what I mean? Whereas the newer ones just feel a bit more, not even necessarily like sterile or anything, it's just it's missing that pizzazz that those original versions had, you know what I mean?